Chris and Josh used to say back in the day, like, "Oh, you tiny bell sack, you and your tiny bells." That's what we say, tiny bells.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
But yeah, John, it's pretty cool. The show actually shows where Yennefer comes from. Like it's like she has her own big storyline. It's really cool. It's so far as I can see in the game, it just kind of starts off. She's a sorceress that he's trying to pursue, blah blah. But it actually shows like.
Well, you saw at the very beginning of the game, like the very first couple seconds, that he had a little dream about her at the beginning, that he knew her.
Yeah, but in the show though, you see like her origin, which is really cool. Have you gotten to her yet?
No, she wasn't in the first episode.
Oh, just wait. Yeah, so I think like episode 2 or 3, you get to her. It's pretty cool. R2.
Press L1 to swap in between them.
Yep.
Yes? What is it?
Yeah, you don't like to mind game. It's like the...
Yes.
It's like to run
More
for it.
fiend. What was that bastard's name? Drugan? May the soil lie light upon it. Things used to be simpler. Monsters were bad, humans good.
Used to be exactly the same. You just forgot.
You well, not quite up my age. You're nearly a century old yourself.
Is that not what you're supposed to do? Well, of course you're going to do them. The side quest, that's extra coin.
I mean, if you just do the main story, you'll be severely underleveled. Just for the main story.
But it's the main story.
There are 4 factions. 4 factions, teams, suits, similar to clubs and spades, except each suit has its own face cards. There are also special cards.
Yep, you're definitely right. Sorry, am I boosted or something?
Yes.
And John, you said that you are able to accidentally sell story items, right?
No, I don't know about like main story. Didn't you trying to fight me?
Didn't you say you did that like on accident and it cost
Yeah,
you like
you
twice
can-
as much to get it back?
Yeah, well, way more than twice. I mean, you'll sell something that sells for $7 and spend $300-400 buying it back.
Waste of time. The earth shall revolve.
Yeah, that's real sketchy. I gotta be real careful about that.
You have to buy your own, you have to get your own stuff, earn it. Kill monsters, get coin that way.
Professor in contemporary history at Oxenford Academy.
No, John had accidentally sold something that was crucial to like a story, like a side mission or something like that, and then he wound up having to spend like hundreds of extra dollars to buy it back. Just, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Side quests, like say you get like I don't know, a voodoo doll that you're supposed to use on some witch, but you run into a city and you start selling some shit. Like, if it's a side quest item, it's in your inventory and you can sell it. And like, even in your inventory it says, an item required for a quest. That's the description of the items. It doesn't give you like a bio of like, oh, it's a voodoo doll. No, it says, voodoo doll. An item required for a quest.
Like, I feel like it should at least like, he said you can't even like lock it to where you can't sell it. Like, it's just, so if you start spamming to sell stuff, like you can accidentally sell it, and that's like that's a big problem.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar.
I think R3. Was it R3?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life.
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle.
Well, they're all good swords. What? Why do you have 2 different swords? They're both a sword.
Oh.
Yeah, one's silver. All monsters are yeah, they take a lot of damage from silver.
In the
Right, yeah. Silver, you know, is a precious metal. Of course, it's not going to be as strong as like hardened steel.
Come again?
Time out though. In the show, he only had one sword so far. In the first episode, one sword all show long, only on his back and everything.
I know, I agree, but I've seen him so many times grab his little sheath thing that he takes with him, like later on, and it has like 2 swords in it. But I only really see him ever use one. You'll see what I'm talking about. He has like a long sheath. It looks like it has 2 swords in it with a bunch of stuff. So he always grabs it and takes it with him. But I only really see him pull out one. I think in the show, like, it doesn't ever like focus on the fact that like he has a silver one and a regular one. He just kind of he takes it with him and it has 2 swords in it, but he only ever actually he just uses a sword. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. Like
Gotta go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the world. Are you familiar with Gwent?
No, and I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple.
Like I said, John, also the show is kind of back and forth as far as time-wise. Like it jumps back and forth between the present and the past, and you have to just kind of focus on events to try to keep up where you're at. Oh, do I want to begin Gwent tutorial? Sure! Here we go, John.
Wait a minute. Zane, do you like Gwent? Do you think it's fun? I love it too. It's really fun. Oh, I mean, if you play other card games, Gwent is extraordinarily simplistic, and I like that about it though. I like that about it. It's horribly simplistic compared.
I don't play any. Can I get out of this? I'm canceling. Fuck this.
No, learn how to play Gwent. You will have a really good time there. Okay, quit trying to be like nerd hating, being like you.
I'm not. I'm just like I'd rather fight shit with a sword. I want to fucking quest and. I'm gonna sit here and look at cards like, oh, what does this person do? What does this person? Oh, there you go, boom. Yeah.
One of the biggest quests in the game, the longest quest in the game, is collecting those cards and winning and doing shit to get those cards. And there are quests that you have to do to get the cards. Not just win, but there are quests that you have to do to get cards. Some people actually have like, hey, I'll give you this card if you go fucking kill this monster for me. You're like, oh, okay.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's simple. All it is math. You want more numbers than they have at the end of the round.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Dude, some dudes are douches. Some dudes got some like ridiculously powerful. Like the way the game is set up is like there are actually guys that you meet that just have too good of cards that they're meant to become back. You're meant to come back to them because the game is set up in a way that you can only get certain cards in certain places. So it's never random.
Well, John, give me a quick breakdown to Gwent real quick.
Okay, you have 3 rows.
I see.
Melee, archer, artillery. Each one.
Yep. Okay.
Each card has a little symbol beside it. Sword is for front row. Bow is for middle. Artillery unit is for the back.
Okay.
Artillery units are usually your strongest cards. You want to play as little cards as possible because you only get 10 cards at the beginning of the game, and you never draw any more unless you have cards that allow you to. But let's just say basic bitch deck. At the end of the round, your numbers on the left, all your cards added together, needs to be more than theirs. Now there's specialty cards that do special shit that can like destroy one card on the map.
Yeah, so I have one right now. I have one card that has like it has a frost one and one looks like a something else. They don't have the emblems on them. The
frost, read what it says. The frost makes everybody on the front row have attack power of 1. So to win a round, what you want to do is, like, if you have biting frost in your hand, then play all your like archer cards and artillery cards to beat them down. Boost your numbers. Don't play anything on the front row, and let them play, a mixture of cards on the front row and whatnot, and then slap that card down at the end and end your turn and be like, fuck you. What are you going to do about it? Now all the shit you played is 1 power. They'll end their turn, blah, blah, you win the round. Next round goes in, you start throwing down all your cards that were front rows. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I got two that have one on them, and then I have a couple that have four, a couple that have five, a couple that have six. What is that? Is that just so that's the numbers,
That's just
right? Like,
that's how much they're worth. Yeah.
all right. So you said I should start out playing bullshit?
Well, kinda. Like if you have a Biting Frost, chill on your front row cards. Play everything that's not your front row, and hope that they play front row cards.
Okay,
And
so
then you'll don't drop don't drop that card just yet. Wait till the very end because they won't play off the front row if you drop that card. You know what I mean? But they don't know what's in your hand.
so what should I start
chill
with?
out. Oh, dude. You want to do a share play real quick?
That doesn't work. My share play doesn't ever work.
Yeah, sure.
So my front row is melee, I guess.
Yeah, it's the little cards with swords on them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
L2? You really only got to block against, like, strong opponents. Most the shit in the game, you can just be like, square, 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 square.
And you can pass. I almost feel like it's like poker.
Listen, passing ends it. It ends your entire... You can no longer play.
Right.
It's not just like saying, hey, you play a card. It's saying that I am done playing cards. If you cannot beat this number, I win. If you can keep playing cards and beat this number, then you win. Yeah, you don't draw any more cards. Unless you have special... unless you have special abilities. Cards that offer draw power are very, very sought after. That's what you should be looking for to build your deck around. Yes. And you can sacrifice a round. You can be just a little douche and, like, say you have, like, two cards that are ones. You throw out a 1, they'll throw out, like, an 8. And you'll throw out a 1, and then they'll throw out, like, a 5. And then you just end your turn. And be like, I pass.
So once I have, like, if I have, like, a 4 on, like, archer and then, like, a 6 on artillery, I don't want to replace any of them, right? Like, just leave it like it is?
What, do you have decoy in your hand or something?
No, I'm just saying, like, can you only have one in each, or can I just keep stacking them?
No, you keep stacking them. You can keep playing cards. There is a maximum hand size. I actually don't know what it is right now, but I think it's like 14 or something like that. Because my deck is built around draw power, and I have had to discard cards at the and you don't get to choose what card you discard. I think it's like the oldest card in your hand, or like the furthest to the left, or whatever.
Alright, so they just use the frost. Now, can I turn around and use it back, or what?
No, that would just do nothing. Save your frost. Okay, so they used a frost.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, my front line is 1, and their front line is 1, so it kind of seems like a waste.
Yeah, but I mean, who's getting hurt by it more, though?
I mean, both of ours is 1, so, like, it doesn't really matter. I have way more. I have 17, he has 8, so.
But do you have, how many frontline cards do you have?
Just one, and he has a power of 1, so it's not hurting me really at all.
And he just has one card that's a power of 1 as well?
Yeah.
So there's an equivalent exchange. Why don't you try ending your turn, just passing, and seeing how many cards he can either waste to beat that number, or if he just gives up.
Alright. Yeah, he just used a card of 2. I'm still... Oh, he used 2 cards there. Oh, he used 3.
He's going to keep going until he tries to beat your number. That's why I said passing means you're done. You're done with this round. He can try to beat you, or he can just give up.
Okay, so he beat me by 1. He got up to 22. I'm at 21.
Now, how many cards does he have left in his hand?
Just 1.
There you go. So you pretty much win the next round, right? How many cards do you have left in your hand?
6.
6. There you go. So you've pretty much beat him. So it was at the very first round period? Because you gotta win 2 out of 3. Okay, so next round, whatever card he plays, play a card that's bigger than that. End your turn, and then he'll end his yeah, and he had already played his Frost.
Okay, so yeah, he still has 10 in his hand, I guess, right? Or
What?
that's
Your
what
hand, it shows the number over on the left, like by their faces and shit. How many cards are left in their hand? Yours and theirs.
So is his 10, or is that the one? Oh, okay. So he has one card left, yeah. So I can just dump all these cards in, pretty much. You can't do
No,
shit.
you have to win two. Time out. You have to win 2 more rounds. You have to win 2 out of 3.
So I just go ahead and pass then. So I threw in a couple, I passed, and yeah, I won the round automatically, and then.
There you go. And then now you, as long as you have cards for the next round, you'll win.
Let's see. Well, I dumped some extra ones in there. I guess I just throw all these in there. Opponent's turn. What has he got? He shouldn't have anything, right? Yeah, he passed. Now I use Frost. That's his front line. That'll take 1 away. I should automatically win. I have 2. He's down to 1, so that should be a win, right?
He should have his special ability from his dude, but you know, it's beside the point.
Well, he had a 2. He had a 2 front line, so I dropped Frost and I put down 2 1 level cards, which gave me 2. So I put him down to 1. He passed, and then I can use the leader card. I guess I'll use that, right? Leader ability, apply.
That's what I was about to say. Everybody has a leader ability. Every deck has a leader ability.
Yeah, so I wind up winning that. So I guess that's the win.
Where are you at? Are you in the?
That was my first Gwent thing.
But you're in like the bar. Okay, if you talk to the barkeep, they sell like every barkeep sells Gwent cards. They have a limited supply. They'll sell 1 card. It'll be like 4 cards. Though. They'll have like 1 of 4 cards, and you can buy them. It'll tell you if you already own the card. It'll be in green down at the bottom saying you already own this card. If it's a shit, you don't need to know if the card's good or not, right? You just need to buy cards A you don't have, and B, when you do already have the card, read the card's effect real quick and just say, like, if there's a card that gives you draw power, a card that says, you know, hey, draw more cards, that's something you want. If it's a card that says, place this card with a card with the same name and double the attack power, buy that card. Because that's how you'll start winning Gwent games later. A, draw power, by getting more than just those 10 cards you start with, you can win by just beating, even if you have lower powered cards, if you get 20 cards a game and they only get 10 cards, you'll win. And then the other thing is cards of the same name. You want to buy those if they make themselves more powerful. So say you got fucking soldier and fucking soldier, and you know they have attack power of 4, but then if you place 2 of them in the same row on the same in the same turn, then they'll become 8s. Each one will become 8. They'll be 16 instead of 8 combined. They'll be 16 combined. And you can go on beyond that. To where you're like, hey, now they're 36s apiece. Now they're like, and shit like that.
Once I hear something,
so that's just like the 2 key phrases I would tell you to look out for when you're buying cards, and that is A, if you don't have the card, just buy it, because part of the game is collecting all of them. Gotta catch them all. And then so draw power and card of the same name makes it stronger.
Okay.
You want duplicates of that card, obviously, because you need that card again, and you'll put multiples of that card in your deck, so that you'll have more than one of them to play beside each other. And make them beefy. But what deck did you start out with? You started out with the was it the deck that allows you to draw a card if you went around?
No idea.
Automatically draw a card. Okay. Press options and go down to...
I'm in dialogue right now. I'm talking to somebody.
Okay. Northern Realms, I think, is the deck you will start with. Which is still the deck that I still use. Northern Realms just has decent potential, and its commander ability is useful.
Get to the
And until you
point.
get like better
And the
cards,
Guardian scalp.
even where I'm at, I don't have good enough cards to
Where?
replace this deck. Like, it's
At
not
that
the
camp.
best, but it's the best thing out there for, well, being
Dark
for the beginning of the
night,
game.
black and white.
Let me ask you, what was your
Inspiration.
commander's ability?
Yes.
Was it
I
to
know.
summon
Had a terse
impenetrable
exchange with
fog?
the garrison commander and raced off.
I can't
Where
remember.
to? I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
I just dropped it because he didn't have anything
Did it,
left.
We men of the
did
road
it make
must
the
stick
middle?
together.
Did it
Perhaps
make
one
the
day I'll be
middle
in
row
trouble,
cloudy?
and you'll be nearby
Yes, you
to
did.
help.
Well, no, there are items in the game that you can carry. I mean, if you don't have any in your inventory, then
How do I look at my
you're
cards,
lucky.
John? What you're
Okay,
asking?
you gotta press the options button and go down to Gwinnett deck.
Yeah, Gwent. Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, Northern Realms. Yeah.
Okay, so I built that deck off of the leader's ability. So press square, and then you should see your leader, and the leader is, you know, pick an impenetrable fog card from your deck and play it instantly, right? Impenetrable fog fucks up the middle row, all archers. So what I did is I built the deck with nothing but melee units and artillery units, so that I didn't ever have to worry about impenetrable fog. When I played it, it always was a benefit to me. It never hurt me in any way, and I could play it on demand whenever I wanted to. Make sense?
Kinda. Sure. I think it'll just take some playing, maybe. But I'm saving my game and I'm going to bed.
Do you have the card Poor Fucking Infantry? I don't know that guy's name. It's the name of one of the most basic cards in the game. Poor Fucking Infantry.
I don't see it.
He's,
Wait, hold on. I have to scroll all the way down probably. Yeah, I
he's
see
got
it.
one. Yeah, he's got one attack power wearing a little red shirt. Poor
Yeah.
fucking infantry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a shower and go to bed. I'll let you fellers later. I'm sorry, I gotta work tomorrow.